love watermelons, but you know who doesn't? My fridge. And the reason for that is when they start really getting ripe in my garden, and I'm picking about 4 and 5 of these a week, there's no room in my fridge. I try to shove them in there, but I just can't keep up. And I love to eat them, but I can never eat that many watermelons. So Sarah, is there a way that I can store my watermelons and give my fridge a break?
Well, I have an easy solution to your fridge problem, Danielle. It's actually better to store watermelons at room temperature rather than in the fridge. The fridge kind of dims their flavor, like tomatoes.
Really? It wouldn't be better to put them in the fridge and keep them nice and cold?
No, I mean, you put them in the fridge right before you eat them if you want to chill them, but at room temperature, they'll stay for at least 2 weeks. And just between you and me, I've kept them a lot longer.
Oh my goodness. All right, well that's good to know. What about though when I'm cutting up the watermelon and I've got a few pieces or maybe a half a watermelon left over?
Yeah, then you'll definitely want to wrap up those leftovers and store those in the fridge. But don't keep them for more than about 2 days, they start to degrade.
What if I'm just completely overwhelmed by watermelon? I mean, when 6 or 7 of these are rolling in at a time, I can eat some watermelon, trust me, but not that much watermelon.
Well, you can definitely freeze it. In fact, I like to puree any watermelon that I can't eat right away and freeze it in an ice cube tray so that I can thaw and use it really easily. The only thing is that the texture of thawed watermelon won't be as nice. So you really only want to use it in like cocktails or sorbets.
Ooh, watermelon sorbet, that sounds awesome, but don't I need like one of those fancy fangled ice cream maker things?
Well, if you want a smooth sorbet, you do need an ice cream maker, but I can show you how to make a granita, which has sort of a shaved ice texture, and all you need is a fork and a baking pan.
Ooh, yeah, show me that.
All right, so first we're gonna cut our watermelon into chunks.
No, you're making that look easy. If I tried to do that, I would have cut off my thumb by now.
I'm just going along kind of the way you cut the peel off of an orange.
Scraping just the rind and that white part.
Trying not to take too much flesh. Ooh, I just took a bunch.
I'm distracting you.
And then you can just go back over it and clean it up.
It smells amazing.
It does. You want to take over and I'll start to get our other ingredients ready.
Sure, I'm just taking off the little white part, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, seeds. Do I just leave those in there and we just assume they get chopped up?
Pull out the seeds that you do see, but you don't have to go crazy because we are going to be straining it.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Voila.
So just pile all those chunks into the blender.
Okay.
Or as many as will fit.
Is that good?
That's good, we can do it in batches. All right, and blend. Great.
How's it look?
Well, it looks pretty smooth.
Ooh.
All right, so just grab the strainer and the measuring cup.
Okie doke.
We'll put it through the strainer.
Ooh, that's heavy.
You can leave some of the puree in there and do the rest of the chunks. That'll help it get going.
Alrighty. I'm making a good old mess here. I got all the chunks out of that one too. Pour some more.
Now, if I was just going to freeze this in my ice cube trays for later, I'd put it through a coarse strainer so that I have a little of the body and the pulp. But for the granita, you pretty much just want the juice, so I'm putting this through a fine mesh sieve. Okay, so we need just a couple more ingredients. We're going to add some freshly squeezed lime juice. Okay, throw that in there.
All right, in goes the lime juice.
And we've also got some regular granulated sugar. Just give that a stir until the sugar all dissolves.
Alrighty. Now, Sarah, how come we didn't use superfine sugar?
You definitely can, and that would dissolve even easier. Just, most people have granulated sugar in their cupboard. And this will dissolve pretty easily in just a minute or two.
Yeah, it actually looks like it's pretty much all dissolved now.
Great. So just grab that baking pan.
Okie doke.
We're going to pour it in here.
And that's it?
Just pop it in the freezer.
Great.
Every half hour or so, we'll need to stir the granita with a fork and break up the big ice crystals. Basically, we want to create a bunch of small ice crystals to create that shaved ice texture. It'll take about 3 or 3.5 hours until the granita is ready.
All right, so while we're waiting, while we do the granita, I believe you said something about cocktails?
Oh, that's right. I have to show you my watermelon mule.
Okay, show me how.
It's basically a nice summery twist on the Moscow mule, which is vodka, lime juice, and ginger beer.
Wait, ginger beer, what's that?
It's like a really gingery ginger ale, no beer involved.
Oh, good, okay.
So why don't I start squeezing some limes?
Okay.
We need quite a bit of juice.
And then some watermelon, right?
Yep, add that to our cocktail shaker.
Okie doke. And this is just the pure juice, not the puree, right?
Right. This is more juice that we strained. And then some vodka.
Okay.
Great. And then I'll do the lime juice. Okay.
Alright.
Lime juice. Now I'll just fill the cocktail shaker with ice.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Shake it up.
Alrighty.
All right, some ice in the glasses
Yes.
too? Okay. Yummy. Didn't we forget to put the ginger beer in though?
Well, we add that at the very last minute because it would fizz up if we had
Explode.
it in the shaker. So just top with a little ginger beer. Here, you do the last bit.
Okay.
I'll make a little garnish.
Ooh, fancy.
Little lime wheel.
Oh. Yay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's delicious.
That ginger really brings out the watermelon, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. So I figured that we should definitely have another cocktail to celebrate the granitas.
That's right. They should go really well together. All right. Let's give it a try.
Moment of truth. Oh my gosh, that's delicious. I thought it was going to be watery, but it's not.
The lime really is a great contrast to the sweetness of the watermelon.
It's delicious. I don't know if it matches the cocktail though. Here, cheers again.